I shot the wolf with a silver bullet. He didn't think that I would pull it. Trying to block the path I was headed. I'm trying to get back on my good foot. My name scratched in the back of a good book. Shit, little nigga, that's a good look.
Oh, this
Black
is
hooded. 40 acres of land developed. 40 acres wooded. You get that?
I got a lot of it, yeah.
That's it. It makes common sense. 40 acres of land is developed. Which I have 40 acres that's wooded. Okay. So much gold, I don't know where to put it.
Well, 40 acres is also a reference, right?
Of
40 acres and a mule.
Yeah, I got my 40 acres though, in real life. No, I wouldn't got mine. You know what I mean? I got 40 acres developed land.
Okay.
And I got 40 acres that's wooded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of my lyrics are based on the reality of my life, with some exaggerations, of course. It's hip hop. There's some exaggerations. But if you ever want to know about me, really, not that you want to know about me, but if you did, this guy wouldn't, you know what I mean? But if you did ever get the day in your life, man, I want to know something about Bobby. Just listen to my music. You'll hear me describe so many things. That's real.
That's what
it's about, right?
That's what's up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Let's start.
Let's start. Yo, we got SwimGood Radio. The gods are in the building.
Peace.
Mathematics.
Good? Yes, sir.
RZA, Rula Zigzag Zigala. We here. So yo, fellas, I want to just get right into this. I'm gonna go to the beginning, Math. So I want to start with you, and this Wu logo. Okay, take me back to the time you created the Wu logo. Was it a request, and who did you show it to first?
Yeah, it was a request. It actually started before. It really originated when I started off DJing for RZA.
Okay.
When Jeans was on Cold Chillin' Records, and at the same time, RZA was on Tommy Boy.
Okay.
And RZA knew I did graffiti, and he asked me to do his stickers for him. So when I did his stickers, he asked me to put Wu-Tang on the stickers. So I put, I did, I was like, Wu-Tang, that's dope. You know what I mean? I'm in the karate flicks and all that too. So, I did Wu-Tang, put the sword underneath. And that was like the first sticker that I've done as far as, and the first time that I've drawn anything as far as Wu-Tang. The second time came a little bit later, and we was having a conversation, me, RZA, and we were just talking about simplifying it to like making it a symbol. So from Wu-Tang, we shortened it to the W. But the guard was already, he was already ahead of the curve because he was thinking protect your neck already. So it was like, yo, cut the head off. Okay. So I drew it with a W with a hand coming out of the W holding the head. Oh. And the head was cut off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kind of had hair like yours.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But that didn't work. That wasn't working.
Afro Samurai.
Yeah, it was a little too gory, too, graphic to be a logo. So then, RZA was getting, some things printed up, and he needed a logo. By this time, I ended up, I was back working. I was working with my pops. As I was a carpenter. My pops was a carpenter, so by trade I was a carpenter. And he hit me up like, yo, need the logo. Like I need it tomorrow. So I was like, word, tomorrow? So what I did was, when I got in from work, I went to the store, got me a cold 40 ounce of Old English. We called it Old Gold. You know what I mean? Got me a Philly blunt. I got me some trees from Suffolk and 121. I'm from Southside Queens, so back then they had the chocolate tie up there. Yeah. Rolled that up, smoked that, drunk that, and I just got to work. And we had discussed a few things too as far as like adding on to it.
Yeah, what made it important was I was actually about to make the first cards for my company. You know what I mean? Which was going to be the Wu-Tang W, which I decided, like, he had another drawing that I commissioned that said Wu-Tang. Yeah. But I said, I just want the W and I want to put it on the book. And then there was a sword that was also drawn in the original sticker. So my idea was to put the W on the book with a sword, and that will represent what Wu-Tang is going to bring to the world. We're going to bring you the wisdom through the book, or we're going to bring the sword to slice your neck. I didn't have to have the man holding the head, that. And And so, you know, it was vital to get it, and I needed it by the next day because I was going to the printing press, and he delivered it the next day, and I took it to the printer, and I made my first business cards, and that became the official logo of my company.
Okay.
And it cost me only, I won't say only, about $400 I paid math.
Yeah,
Okay.
400,
You know what I mean? Right, about that much.
something like that.
And always like this. I like to tell the story of it because it was half my rent money. You know what I mean? So that was yeah, exactly. But from that.
Did it help your rent too?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, like from half my rent to help his pockets. He was probably living at home. Was you living at home still?
Nah.
You was on your own then?
Yeah, I was on home.
So it did help the rent.
Yeah, it did. I had to think about it. Wait, it did.
Hey, see? But so it went through different phases from there. From there, as it was on the book, if you ever see our first single, Protect Your Neck, that is actually my business card blown up.
Okay.
And the reason why the sword has the black ink in the middle, because it said Tommy Boy or something in there.
Yeah.
Because we know at first Wu-Tang could have been signed to Tommy Boy, but they didn't make the deal with us. They didn't think that was going to work.
Okay.
So I had to scrape that out. You know what I mean? I had to scrape out that from the sword with my own pen on my business card. And then when I blew it up and made it Protect Your Neck single, it was what it was.
That's what's up.
But then I looked at it again as time went on. I was like, you know what? I don't need the book.
Yeah.
And so you'll see our earlier stickers was just the W with the sword. You'll notice that in chess boxing.
Yeah.
And then as that went on, maybe a month later, I was like, I don't even need the sword. I just need the W with the Wu-Tang written in it. And that became the official Wu-Tang logo. Yeah, for Wu-Tang production, Wu-Tang clan, Wu-Tang management.
Yeah, everything.
Wu nails.
Everything.
We was going crazy with it.
I mean, it's clear you guys were visionaries. But at that time, like when you drew this piece for RZA and for the crew, did you imagine that this would be like a symbol that would be here this long? Did you grasp what was going on at the moment?
Nah, because you're living in the moment.
Yeah.
So, I had no idea.
But I did.
Okay.
And I won't say that egotistically.
Nah, I already know how you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say egotistically. I was on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was on a mission. I had a vision. I had a 5-year idea of how long it would take to get from point A to point B.
Okay.
I advocated it.
Okay.
I wasn't shy to share. You know, it took a lot of miles of walking and thinking to come with the concept of what Wu-Tang Clan would be, Wu-Tang production would be.
Okay.
You know, while most people in those days, they would, we all came from street hustle.
Okay.
So most people would take if you got $10,000, you know they're going to take it? Uptown. You know what they're going to do with it? They're going to flip it.
Yeah, flip it.
You know what I did with my last $10,000 when I had it? I took it to a lawyer and formed a company. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
wisdom.
Yeah, kept going. And that $10,000 has fed many families since.
Okay.
Many families has ate for that.
I feel you. So from that original vision, and now we at the saga continues. Respect. The album is dope. I've been bumping it since it came out, since before I even knew I'd be able to meet you guys today. And it's pure. It sounds pure. It's like, it's Wu to the teeth. You know what I mean? So, like, what were your goals and what were you setting out to when you crafted this body of music? Was that in your mind? Was it a return? Was it taken forward? Where was your head?
My head was just to make some classic music. It's like I was perfecting my style, and I just wanted to really get it to a certain point where I can, as I start making the music and the music start coming together, it definitely, like how he said. He was on a mission. I was on a mission, on this particular album, and basically, I just want to bring something to the world that I have boiling inside of me.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Let me ask you another thing about the album, the music within the Wu, and this is to both of you as producers. You have this amazing crew with all these different voices and styles. So when you crafting the music, are you thinking like, yo, I should go with this voice? Like how does that part of the process work for each of you when you producing? Like, yo, I'm gonna get this voice and this guy. And when do you decide to go outside the crew? Because like when you go outside the crew, it's ill too, like on the album and in the
Well, you gotta hear the voice. Like as I'm making me like for me as I'm making it, I can hear. Like sometimes like even like Meth, who's on the album, he's all on the album.
Yeah.
But while I was doing this, I was on the road with Meth a lot,
Yeah.
so he was hearing a lot of the tracks and everything that was coming together. But it's like I'll give you an example. Sometimes even an MC may not know that that's the track for him, because like Frozen, when I first played Frozen, I made it and we was on the bus. He liked it. But he didn't think that was the track for him.
Okay.
You know, because I was like, and I heard him on it, and I was like, nah. He was like, I don't know. He's like, that sound more like, not me. So I said, okay. So I said, all right. I knew it was him. So I said, I knew I'm gonna come back to him. So I had to get other voices on it first on that particular track.
Okay.
Then after he heard the, like Ray and Ghost on the hook. And then Chris Rivers was actually on it early, and me and him we connected through Dominican Drew, who's my dude, and I thought Chris Rivers was dope because I heard him on a joint with Young Dirty Bastard and Eazy-E, Young Easy. So it was like the My Three Sons joint. So I was like, yo, son is dope. So when I met him, we used to talk about doing a joint, and so I was like, yo, come through to my spot over here. So he came through, and that particular track, I like when he was rhyming, I was like, he would be nice on this one right here too. So I put him right on it, and he fitted right on it. So then when Meth heard him on it, Meth was like, he forgot. He actually, I never brought it back up to him like, yo, this is the track that you. But once
it's the one you didn't want to get
on.
on.
Yeah.
Now look at it.
Yeah. So when I had different elements on it, he heard it. He was like, "Oh, I gotta get on that one." So that's why I ain't saying that. I was like, "Yeah, you do." You know what I mean? Let's do it.
Yeah, a producer should have some insight on which vocalist he wants to get onto his track. In the early phase of Wu, when you hear about the flood that happened to me, I had so many beats made for every member. Because I've been around them for years, and I knew their cadence, knew their flow, knew their voice tone. So I was actually, able to produce with them in mind. It's like if you ever hear a song called Release Yourself or Bring the Pain, I had that waiting for Meth when he comes over to my crib.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Method Man also. It's like I had that waiting for him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a producer should do that. I think what makes this album so great is also, more importantly though, is that over the course of years of me as a producer, even though I hear the MC's voices over some of the tracks I produced on the last 2 or 3 albums, they didn't hear themselves. And that becomes a glitch in the matrix because it's because I've went far away from that original sound, reality, you know what I mean? It still sounds like RZA, right? But it doesn't sound totally like Wu. And Math stayed to that original sound.
True.
And so when he brought the tracks around to the crew, it was more like they heard the beat and they wanted to get on it. Not get on it because I want you to get on it. You know what I mean? And that's why this album has that sonic that you feel like, wow, it feels pure. Yeah, it is pure because he didn't go in with a preconception or any objective. He just made music based on the vibe that he feels, and he used equipment that was basically prominent equipment that was part of the Wu sound.
Well, it sound like some SPAS.
It's prominent ideas. So the cool thing about it, so the MCs got on it without really having to be like hired to do it or coerced to do it or asked to do it. It's more like, can I get on that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a producer also, we can't overlook this, what a producer does, yo. It's important. A producer gets some verse from an artist. You know what I mean? An artist comes in, and all the artist got to do is give you the verse. And from there, you have to continue producing.
Yes.
So the beat evolves. The music evolves until it is a song. I never forget a song on the first album called Bring the Ruckus. Whereas everybody did rhyme over the drum track. But all the other production and the movement that came later, it came later. You know what I mean? And you'll notice in that song, you'll notice a different, it's not like the beat don't change on a 1, 2, 3, 4 change. It may change in the middle of a sentence or in the middle of a verse. You know what I mean? And that's because now that the rappers was there, the producer, which was myself, I was able to now communicate back to the rapper musically.
Okay.
And you'll notice in this song, I think Frozen's a good example.
Talk to me about why. I'm feeling that song. Why? That song Saga Continues. Like, how'd that happen? Because you going hard on that and you dropping wisdom, and then it even sounds like then after, I don't know if it was before or after, then the family skit before it like sets the track up. So what was that dynamic like with y'all?
Yeah. Well, the family skit, he played it to me.
Okay.
And I felt that something should come after that, right? Originally it was something. Yeah, it was something else. And it was like, no, we need to have something, you know, that coincides with it in a not right on the nose, but in a good way. And that track came. You know, once again, Math had a beat that was irresistible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, yo, and he produced me. I didn't, I tried a couple of verses that wasn't fitting.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But the one that fit was the one that had that particular dialogue and energy in it.
Okay.
And then the hook was last. In fact, the hook, I kind of scattered it, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I scattered the hook because I was asking the question why.
Okay.
I really want to know why, after all these years in America, the black man is still treated like this when we gave so much to this country, you know, and continue.
Yeah.
So it was a question of why, and so I did it in the hook, and then Math actually went and got Swanka to come back and to reinterpret it into a more melodic way. I probably was just, I was just almost crying. Why? I don't know. But the cool thing about it too is so then there's just a few chants that I did, right, and he went and got like a studio audience, including whoever was in the studio. He went and got them all together, and they go and do the chant.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he was able to take it and produce it to a higher level instead of it being just raw or empty. He filled it up, and that's part of the process of that particular song.
It's a dope song, and it flows well off. It flows well off the skit. That's really dope. And so, were there any other, like, I really like where you go with the keys, like say on stuff like the musicality was something like G'd up. Like, are you playing on everything or?
Yeah, I'm playing on everything. Certain things that like on G'd up though, I have to have my man play them keys for me. It's like I was trying to play it, and then you stop. Get the record, stop, get the next part, and it was sounding a little too choppy. It wasn't that fluent. But I got it the way I wanted to get it, so he could get the idea. And so like that whole,
So both of y'all are real versatile artists. So my next question is like what's the hidden chamber then? Because it's like you got the production, you got the bars, visionary, you draw it, like you produce it. You write it too now, or like what's that?
He write movie scripts. We both write screenplays.
Okay.
I think we are comfortable as artists.
Yeah.
Comfortable and taking on different art forms. 36 Chambers ALC is a company that's releasing the album. JV and with All Math Production, of course. And 36 Chambers is also a fashion line, and I'm taking a chance to bring my fashion aesthetic to the table. I have a great president and partner named Mustafa, who has a great fashion eye.
He does. He got some vibes.
Yeah. I mean, he also has a voice. He also did some background vocals on the album.
Did he do it through the Desert Storm phone?
But the bottom line is that we're bringing our artistic expression through music, fashion, and art. And there's a few other things that we're thinking about. You know what I mean? Maybe in the culinary space.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
crazy. It's art too. Food is art. So
yes, it is. Well, I'd like to really thank you both for taking the time and for dropping the wisdom. Usually I would ask you to impart some wisdom on the listeners, but you already broke down a lot of knowledge that all you producers out there should listen to. So thank you very much for being here.
Respect.
Thanks,
man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Peace, bro. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Cheers.